Summary of The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer. Hurry is the great enemy of spiritual life in our day. You must ruthlessly eliminate hurry from your life. Corrie ten Boom once said that if the devil can't make you sin, he'll make you busy. There's truth in that. Both sin and busyness have the exact same effect. They cut off your connection to God, to other people, and even to your own soul. The number one problem you will face is time. People are just too busy to live emotionally healthy and spiritually rich and vibrant lives. The problem isn't when you have a lot to do. It's when you have too much to do, and the only way to keep the quota up is to hurry. This new speed of life isn't Christian. It's Antichrist. Hurry and love are incompatible. God walks slowly because he is love. If he is not love, he would have gone much faster. Love has its speed. It is an inner speed. It is a spiritual speed. It is a different kind of speed from the technological speed to which we are accustomed. It is slow, yet it is Lord over all other speeds, since it is the speed of love. But in the upside-down kingdom, our value system is turned on its head. Hurry is of the devil. Slow is of Jesus, because Jesus is what love looks like in flesh and blood. To walk with Jesus is to walk with a slow, unhurried pace. Hurry is the death of prayer and only impedes and spoils our work. It never advances it. For many of us, the great danger is not that we will renounce our faith. It is that we will become so distracted and rushed and preoccupied that we will settle for a mediocre version of it. We will just skim our lives instead of actually living them. It used to be that leisure was a sign of wealth. People with more money spent their time playing tennis or sailing in the bay or sipping white wine during lunch at the golf club. But that's changed. Now busyness is a sign of wealth. You see this cultural shift in advertising. Our culture never even slowed down long enough to ask, what will this new pace of life do to our souls? As one summary of the report put it, if you grow dependent on your smartphone, it becomes a magical device that silently shouts your name at your brain at all times. Right now, everything is being intentionally designed for distraction and addiction, because that's where the money is. Reminder, your phone doesn't actually work for you. You pay for it, yes, but it works for a multi-billion-dollar corporation in California, not for you. You're not the customer, you're the product. It's your attention that's for sale, along with your peace of mind. When we get overbusy, we get overtired. And when we get overtired, we don't have the energy or discipline to do what we need most for our souls. The point I'm driving toward is this. An overbusy, hurried life of speed is the new normal in the Western world, and it's toxic. Hurry kills relationships. Love takes time. Hurry doesn't have it. It kills joy, gratitude, appreciation. People in a rush don't have time to enter the goodness of the moment. Because what you give your attention to is the person you become. Put another way, the mind is the portal to the soul, and what you fill your mind with will shape the trajectory of your character. In the end, your life is no more than the sum of what you gave your attention to. All too often, our hurry is a sign of something else, something deeper. Usually that we're running away from something, or we're running to something. Promotions or purchases or experiences or stamps on our passports or the next high, searching in vain for something no earthly experience has on offer, a sense of self-worth and love and acceptance. Here's my point. The solution to an overbusy life is not more time. It's to slow down and simplify our lives around what really matters. To be made in the image of God means that we're rife with potential. We have the divine's capacity in our DNA. We're also made from the dirt, Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We are the original biodegradable containers, which means we're born with limitations. We're not God. One of the key tasks of our apprenticeship to Jesus is living into both our potential and our limitations. All I'm saying is the limitations aren't all bad. They are where we find God's will for our lives. We simply can't see, read, watch, taste, drink, experience, be, or do it all. Not an option. We have to learn to say no, constantly. And how we spend our time is how we spend our lives. It's who we become or don't become. Every day is a chance. Every hour an opportunity. Every moment a precious gift. If you want to experience the life of Jesus, you have to adopt the lifestyle of Jesus. The reality is, I want the life, but I'm not willing to adopt the lifestyle behind it. I think that's how a lot of us feel about Jesus. But in Jesus' case, it is worth the cost. In fact, you get back far more than you give up. Your life is the byproduct of your lifestyle. What does it mean to follow Jesus? Or as I prefer, apprentice under Jesus? It's very simple. It means you live the way Jesus lived. You take his life and teachings as your template, your model, your pattern. If a vine doesn't have a trellis, it will die. And if your life with Jesus doesn't have some kind of structure to facilitate health and growth, it will wither away. The hard truth is that following Jesus is something you do, a practice as much as a faith. At their core, the practices of Jesus are about a relationship with the God he called Father, and all relationships take time. A discipline is a way to access power. This new normal of hurried digital distraction is robbing us of the ability to be present. The noise of the modern world makes us deaf to the voice of God, drowning out the one input we most need. In seasons of busyness, we need more time in the quiet place, not less, definitely not less. Quiet is a kind of balm of emotional healing, and more, an unlocked open door to spiritual life. For clarification, by solitude I don't mean isolation. The two are worlds apart. Solitude is engagement. Isolation is escape. Solitude is how you open yourself up to God. Isolation is painting a target on your back for the tempter. If our theory is right, and the problem is more our absence than his, more about our distraction than his disconnection, then the solution is fairly simple. Create an environment for attention and connection to God, and I know of no better place than the Eremos. But it's more resting than working, more about not doing than doing, subtraction, not addition. Desire is a great motivator. It's the engine of our lives. Its function is to propel us out of bed and out into the world. But if at any point desire is no longer under your control and is instead driving our lives, we're in trouble. Because when you take a closer look at the dynamics of desire, you realize desire is one of those things that is never, ever satisfied. Desire is infinite, partly because we were made by God, made for God, made to need God, and made to run on God. We can be satisfied only by the one who is infinite, eternal, and able to supply all our needs. We are only at home in God. The Sabbath is simply a day to stop. Stop working, stop wanting, stop worrying, just stop. You just need to take a day of your week to slow down, breathe. It takes a lot of intentionality. It won't just happen to you. The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. The Sabbath was made for man. It was created, designed by God himself, and it's for us. A gift to enjoy from the Creator to the creation. To gratefully receive. First, the Sabbath is blessed. The Sabbath is how we fill our souls back up with life. Secondly, it's holy. Remember that life as it comes to us is a gift. Remember to be present to the moment and its joy. So the Sabbath isn't just a day for rest, it's also a day for worship. On the Sabbath, all we do is rest and worship. In fact, I find it fascinating that the Sabbath is the only spiritual discipline that makes it into the 10 Commandments. Sabbath is a way to stay free and make sure you never get sucked back into slavery, or worse, become the slave driver yourself. Sabbath is a way of saying enough. True restfulness, though, is a form of awareness, a way of being in life. It is living ordinary life with a sense of ease, gratitude, appreciation, peace, and prayer. We are restful when ordinary life is enough. To begin, just set aside a day. Clear your schedule. Turn off your phone. Say a prayer to invite the Holy Spirit to pastor you in His presence, and then rest and worship. For a lot of people, things aren't just things, they are identities. There's a reason the only other God Jesus ever called out by name was Mammon, the god of money. Because it's a bad god and a lousy religion. Because the problem isn't stuff. It's that, 1, we put no limit on stuff due to our insatiable human desire for more. And 2, we think we need all sorts of things to be happy, when in actuality we need very few. Turns out, once you reach what most Westerners classify as a middle-class life, money and stuff just can't deliver what they promise: happiness. Every single thing you buy costs you not only money, but also time, and less time means more hurry. In reality, Jesus' moral teachings aren't arbitrary at all. They are statements about how the world actually works. And if you ignore them, not only do you rupture the relationship with God, but you also go against the grain of the universe He created. You simply can't live the freedom way of Jesus and get sucked into the overcompensation that is normal in our society. We worry about what we worship. If you worship money, it will eat you alive.